Okay.
Hi everyone.
How are you?
It's nice
Good
to be
evening.
here with you all.
So happy to be here tonight.
Thank you everyone for joining us. We've already got Jeffrey and Trish and Brian. I like that you still call these a therapy session. It's what they are for us too, Brian.
Yep.
And Cruising Scene and Diane. Hi Diane and Code 4 for Life. You guys are wonderful. Thanks for being here.
Yep.
Thanks.
So thank you for your patience last week with our technical difficulties. That has all been ironed out. The only problem that was going on with my brand new, not really nice laptop is I didn't know where the camera blank button was. So it was blanked. So it is no longer blanked. My new computer is just fine and dandy, but tonight we're joining you on even a newer computer. So if there's any problems you see, let us know, but we think that we're okay.
Yeah.
So.
And hi, Debbie. You came in while he was talking. And Bubba, hey there. Good to have you.
Yeah.
And Andrew and Linda and just everyone. So you tell them who we've got here.
Okay. So as you may have seen on the, on our link, we have special guests this evening. We have invited Sean and Ilana, the Downunder Cruisers, and they are going to join us. So I'm going to show them in here right now. Here we are.
They have their own channel, Downunder Cruisers. It's really remarkable. We've watched their videos. We highly recommend them. And so we're really grateful that they would spend a little bit of time with us today. So, and they're in Australia. Should add that.
Yes.
They are in Australia.
So we're excited to have them with us this evening. The other thing that they do is they've got a charity, and we're going to have, should we start off and have them tell us about it?
I think we should start with the charity. And you all were very kind. You caught Gordon on.
Yes. I did live, back in February as part of the Cruise-a-thon, but we'll let Sean and Ilana go ahead.
Thanks for having us on board, folks. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys. We love you guys to bits. It's you've got some really good stuff coming out there. And if there's anybody here who hasn't already subbed, please hit the button on the Let's Go Travel Tips channel. Folks, for those that don't know, we have a charity called the Helping Hands for Cruising. And both Gordon and Allison were gracious in giving us time to create some funds for our charity. What we do is we look for people who, for one reason or another, have never ever been on a cruise ship in their life, whether they be a carer of somebody who's been in hardship and they need a bit of respite, or they are a person themselves that for whatever reason they have not been able to cruise, they've been affected one way or another in life, and we want to give them a holiday of a lifetime, so we put them on a cruise. It's essentially what it's all about.
Which is wonderful, because you will always choose people that makes such a big difference to.
Absolutely.
Correct. And our first Helping Hands for Cruising beneficiary will be sailing with us on our group cruise in October on the Carnival Horizon.
Can't wait.
We're very excited about that.
We are so excited. Yes. And you're going to have to tell us about your group cruise too. After you say everything you would like about your charity first, then we'll
awesome.
hear about that.
So looking forward to it. But the good news is with the charity right now, we have our first cruise going on, our group cruise. We do have in the winds a recipient possibly out of the UK. And so we're looking for a cruise out of the UK. And the question was asked, where are we going to do this cruise? And I suggested, well, most of the world have never been around the Mediterranean. And they go, oh my God, we've been there so many times. Well, tough, because you're going to get the rest of the world come with you.
I've been there so many times. Oh.
Yeah. So we're looking at getting some recipients to go through the UK, and then thank God we're back cruising.
Yes.
Yay!
17th of April, the gates will open up and we will be allowed to cruise. We have a little bit of discussion with that shortly.
Yes, oh dear.
But we've
already got bad news. It's good news and bad news at the same time.
But we will be looking to try and get some recipients to come with us on board our group cruises as well, coming out of Australia. Yeah. So
good. Good.
That's us in a nutshell.
That's wonderful.
You see, our Bob A here on the screen has 2 back-to-backs from Sydney in 2024. So
Beautiful, awesome.
Beautiful. That sounds great.
Good on you,
Yeah.
Bob. I also wanted to say very quickly, you've got Najuma in there. I saw her. I just wanted to say good day to Najuma.
And Gary and Sharon as well.
Oh, they were there too.
Yeah,
They're
we
going to
saw
be
a few of them.
we saw some that we think are here with you. Yeah.
Now there was one I had to. I brought it up on the screen here real quickly, and I'm gonna put it back if I find it.
So Andrew in Queensland. Hi, Andrew in Queensland. We saw you there.
Yes.
We're in Melbourne, by the way.
Good.
Somebody
said they had COVID again.
Oh.
Oh, that they know?
No, it was here.
First
it is.
needed
Bubba.
Oh, Bubba, you got
Bubba.
COVID again? Oh, I think it's going around again. I'm
What's
sorry
this
you got
different?
I'm sorry you got COVID.
Sorry to hear that. So
Yeah.
And can we just say that when you came to visit us, you had Code for Life popping into the chat. Now we've visited their channel, can we just say, and been watching a lot of their vlogs too.
Yes.
We have a great channel, huh?
yes.
It is a great channel.
Enjoying their food reviews,
Yeah.
their restaurant visits on
They
board.
do such a good. I know they do a good job on those. Did you hear that? Code 4 for life.
All right.
Yeah.
So we've got.
Now, you've got Amy in there saying Happy Monday. Amy, please, we need to correct you. It is Tuesday.
Tuesday afternoon, actually, midday.
It's nice to have you with us,
Yeah.
Amy. Yeah. So
We saw Terry. She's going on a Ruby soon.
Nice, beautiful.
So the good news, we decided that seeing as the gates were open in March of 23, we decided to book a cruise.
Oh,
On
you
which
did?
day? Well, hang on. We booked it for the Radiance of the Seas.
And they just moved her.
Oh,
Correct.
We booked on Saturday morning. Can you
Oh,
believe
you
it?
weren't kidding me.
And already on Saturday night, there were rumours going around, and then we couldn't find it on the website anymore. And we thought maybe it's just website maintenance issues. And it's the big talk at the moment. We still don't know what's happening. So we might be looking at a princess going on the Grand Princess instead.
Yeah, because I noticed in their press release they didn't say a word about another ship taking over those sailings.
No.
And that's the worry from our point of view.
So,
And I was surprised. I thought with your cruising reopening, I'm surprised they moved a ship then. I thought they would be happy to be there.
There's been no explanation as to why they've moved it. Nothing. So people have been funneled onto the Ovation, which apparently has already been booked out.
Oh,
So we've had to find.
So we also had there's a couple travel to a taste. Remember them?
Oh yes.
Out of
England.
So both Glenn and Sarah are booked on a back-to-back. So
3.
Oh wow.
3 on the Radiance.
And we were joining them for the middle.
And we were going to join them for the middle. And well, we don't know what's happening with them either.
Oh, that's just sad. I am so sorry. With everything else now, you've got that.
We'll just be forced to go on the Grand Princess.
Oh,
I mean, what can I say?
That'll be hard.
Princess so much.
Yeah.
Hello, Lorraine, by the way. Lorraine's popped in.
G'day, Lorraine. How you going?
G'day, Lorraine.
We also had my parents booked on the same cruise.
Oh, you do?
And it was their very first cruise. So we hopefully are going to move them onto the Grand with us.
Good.
And then that'll be absolutely awesome, because I was actually showing video of the Grand to my parents last night, and my mother's going, "Wow,
so pretty!
Wow!"
Those ships are beautiful. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we haven't been on the Grand, so we'll be looking forward to that. If we can, we need to get on this afternoon. When we're finished with you, we're going to go back to trying to book it.
Oh, good. Hopefully you can get on.
Something to book. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And a few people are saying it's a great ship, so that's nice to hear and see.
That is nice. If anyone has any questions for them down in Australia, don't hesitate to put it in the comments, okay?
Please do.
Please do.
I was going to, would you like to tell us about your group cruise first, or would you like me to ask you a few questions first? What would you like to do?
Whatever you want to hear, we're happy with.
Well, tell everyone about your group cruise then, because I think that sounds just like lots of fun.
Well,
It
it's
should
going to
and it will
be.
be.
You want to say?
Well, okay. It's a group cruise put on by the Downunder Cruisers and Us and More, and we are sailing in October.
Yes, it's October. The
I
15th.
remember the 15th. I'm so sorry. I've got dates going on in my head. Out of Miami down to Aruba, Bonaire, La Romana, Amber Cove, and back to Miami. It's a six-nighter.
Wow.
And we've got a fantastic group. We've got lots of YouTube channels coming to join us as well, and it's going to be amazing.
That's amazing.
We're very excited. And we'll be coming in about 2.5 weeks beforehand, because it's a long way to come just to do a 6-day cruise and fly home. So we're going to be arriving in Fort Myer about 2.5 weeks beforehand, visiting family and friends, and then we'll chuff up to Miami, across to Miami. I'm sorry.
Over to Miami.
Across to Miami.
Miami.
Wow.
And then do the cruise and then spend another 3 to 4 days in Tampa and then fly home.
That sounds like a lovely trip.
Oh, it's going to be great. I mean, we get on the plane here at 11 o'clock in the morning and arrive in Fort Myers 11 o'clock in the evening, same day.
After flying
When we
home.
come home, we get on the plane at whatever time and land 2 days later. So, it's going to be an interesting trip.
You lose a day and get a day.
That's it.
Right. We won't know where it is, what day it is. We'll be so
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Let's take a minute here. Well,
What do you think?
let's react to some of these comments that we've been getting.
Okay.
Again, Bubba, sorry for your COVID again. Karen says she's traveling for the first time on supplemental oxygen.
Oh,
So I hope
okay.
that all goes well. We understand that that's now
It is allowed.
allowed. So we're happy that you can do that again.
Yeah.
Cruising, seeing they were not aware that they'd moved the Radiance. That just happened.
I just mentioned it in my video today. It's brand new
Yes.
news. It is new news. Yeah.
So, and
This was
then,
a email regarding that, though.
yeah. Helen Henry, her one out of San Francisco is moved from the Ruby to the Royal. So that, they're doing a fair amount of posturing with
It's
these.
because the Ruby's going to go down to Galveston during that time. Yeah.
Bob says the Radiance was their first cruise on the Inside Passage.
Ooh.
So,
Well, good.
Traveling Special Abilities, happy to have you here.
Yeah,
I know that
good to
Shauna
have
and
you with
Ilana
us.
mentioned saying hi to you.
Yeah.
Happy to have you here with us. What's her name again?
Lorraine.
Lorraine, yes,
Lorraine.
correct. So
Lorraine's
glad to have
So
you here.
Here's a question for them. It's like, where did it go? Oh, what's a good itinerary for Australia? What is a must-see? That was one of my questions. So,
Okay, well, definitely Sydney. Sydney Harbour is a must. Sailing in and out of Sydney is absolutely spectacular. Now, we're Melburnians, and I know that there's a bit of a rivalry between Melbourne and Sydney, but there's no denying we think Melbourne's fabulous, but Sydney for the harbour, brilliant.
It's
We're
got
sailing out of,
Yep.
stunning.
just fantastic.
Northwards, cruising the coast up north to the Barrier Reef
Oh,
is a beautiful itinerary. Even going up to Papua New Guinea. That's
Even anywhere in the South Pacific, to be honest. So
but Australia specifically.
leaving Australia, going up to the South Pacific, and then coming back in. It is absolutely stunning. And doing New Zealand as well as part of Australia and New Zealand.
Mm.
I mean, if you're coming down here, seriously, if you're coming down, you can't come down for just 2 weeks. You've got to be here for a month or so. This place is so big.
yes,
There's just so much to see.
yes.
It's like it's like us coming over to you guys for a 5-minute trip, and what have we seen? Probably the cruise port, and that's about it.
Right.
You need to spend some time here just to have a look.
Just to
Right.
see everything.
It's a vast country, yeah.
Yes. And tell them, Ilana, when we were on with you, you mentioned the place where you go into like the fjords and it was misty and just beautiful. Tell them where that is, because
That's New Zealand. That's the South Island. Is it the South Island?
Yeah, it's South Island.
South
It's
Island, okay.
Is it? Okay.
And you go in very early in the morning. They usually have a naturalist on board as well who comes on and does a narration over the loudspeakers.
Mhm.
And it's like you probably think you're in Norway or in the South American fjords there. It is quiet, misty and calm. And you get up really, really close. The ships go in. They can't have the huge ships because they have to do a 360 rotation to come out again.
Oh, wow.
If you're on a cruise ship that's the size that it can go, we were on the Golden, and that was probably
okay.
as big as probably would take.
Okay.
And you go up really, you could almost reach out and touch the sides, and there are beautiful waterfalls. It's just stunning, and you're just quiet, and you go into the fjords. There's Milford Sound, Doubtful Sound, Dusky Sound. It's just gorgeous.
Just beautiful.
Wow.
Scenic cruising.
Very
That's
scenic,
wonderful.
uh-huh.
That's wonderful.
Thank you. That's been on my mind ever since you told us.
Yeah.
So I gotta go there.
Yeah. So
Yes.
somebody asked us if we are going on the group cruise with you in October.
Yeah, that's Sharon and Gary. We
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
That's the same time as the
Love Boat
isn't
cruise.
that as the Love Boat Cruise?
Yes.
They overlap that we signed up for. Sorry.
We'll wave when we pass each other.
But I am
Yeah.
thinking of like getting on a plane and going to Miami to say hi to them the night before. If we can
Oh,
swing
do
it.
that. Do
Wouldn't
that.
But I don't
would
know if
be-
he can, but I think
Yeah.
I'm hoping I
I
can.
think it would be.
If he can come, he'll come
Yeah.
too. But
That'd
we
be
would really
awesome.
like to meet
That
you.
would be fantastic.
That'd be really awesome.
We would really
Um,
like to meet you.
Tommy Dodson's
Tommy,
making a
yeah,
comment
Tommy.
there.
I was
How you
talking
going?
here.
Yes.
Let's see.
Gordon,
No,
On our
it's down.
nasty list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
oh, Bubba
There
says
it
he
is.
loves the
Okay.
brand as well.
Oh, and somebody else
And
mentioned
the brand, Alaska.
Bob saying it's
Tassie.
bucket list to hold a Tasmanian devil.
I
Yep.
don't know whether you want
I was
No.
going to say, do people hold those?
several.
No,
Not sure whether
seriously,
you would.
no. They call it the Tassie Devil for a reason.
Oh,
It is a devil.
yeah.
They've got very sharp teeth, but they're quite cute, actually.
And,
Yeah.
and of course, our only exposure to that is Looney Tunes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
really.
Here's another question from Jeffrey.
Is Australia
Oh.
too still in Sydney?
That's the racing. That's the
The racing yacht.
Oh,
America's Cup.
Yeah,
the America's Cup yacht. I don't know.
To be honest, don't know.
we're in
I can
Melbourne,
find
so
out.
it's
I can find out.
yeah.
Yeah.
I won't find out right now, folks, but I
Don't
will
know.
find out and get a message out to both Gordon and Allison shortly.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
They can put
Okay.
the answer in the comments
Yep.
when we find out.
Follow that. Hi, Myra.
You need to say hi
Good
to
have
Myra, yeah.
Myra
Hey,
say
Myra, how you
Hi,
going?
Myra.
She's, yeah. Let's see.
Ellen Henry saying
Oh,
that
Travis, just 1 second.
Travis.
Oh, well, do
Yeah, let's do Travis
Holland
here
first
real quick.
before he
because-
has to go. He's on the Caribbean Princess. It's okay. Just know that our love goes with you. Oh, and tell
Oh, yeah.
Austin we hope you're having the best cruise
Yes.
ever. It's their son, and he's young and just an amazing young man. So
Yes.
I'm
Awesome.
glad he's having a nice trip.
Oh,
So I apologize
No,
to
you're
Helen
fine.
now.
There we go. Back to Helen. So you got your husband to go with you to Hawaii. That's great.
fantastic.
That's exciting.
We'd like to go to Hawaii one
Oh,
day.
look, here's one more question from Bob. He wants to know, can you still climb the Sydney Harbor Bridge?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
There you go.
But,
He's welcome
we'll
to
let
climb
other
it.
people do that.
They're like, I don't know why you'd.
We're good to go, so,
No.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you guys, how did you get started in cruising? Like, what made you want to go on your first cruise, and then what brought you to doing what you're doing?
okay. It came in a roundabout way. It was actually not our first choice. We were looking for our honeymoon, actually. And we had thought about a resort. I wanted to take Sean to Fiji because that's where I grew up. And I thought for a honeymoon that would be really romantic and lovely. And we would go to a resort. And then we were sort of looking around at Fiji and maybe possibly Thailand and Koh Samui and all those places in a resort. And we were looking at the pricing. And then we thought, well, what about a cruise? And it was never something on my part, to be honest. I'd never thought about really. I like to fly. I mean, we've turned into, we're av geeks as well, and love flying, getting there and spending time in a place. And I've never actually really considered a cruise. So we started looking around and looking at the price, and we thought this is really, really better value going on a cruise. And that's how we found ourselves on the Golden Princess going to New Zealand. And the minute we saw the ship from a distance, we fell in love straight away. We went, oh my God, this is fantastic. And we were just even looking at the ship before we even got on it. That was it for us. Done.
Just they're breathtaking when you see it for the first time. Absolutely. They are just breathtaking.
Absolutely.
I mean, how can something so big float?
Oh, yeah.
I know. You got to wonder, huh? It's like an airplane. Why can an airplane stay in the sky? Yep.
Correct.
I mean, we laugh a bit at it now when we look at the Golden in comparison to, say, you know, all the big Royal Caribbean ships. And, you know, we thought it was huge at the time. I mean, for us, being in Melbourne, it was a huge ship. But, you know, we have a bit of a giggle when we compare it now to what's out there.
It's teeny, yeah, in comparison. Yeah. And then what brought you to YouTube? How did you...
So when we found out that we were going to go cruising, we started looking at YouTube as you do, right?
Yes.
And one of the channels there, To Travel and Tour, Neil and Kimberly, they're based in Pittsburgh, I think they are. And we were watching their channel, and then Neil said, you could do a YouTube channel. And I went, do you think? And he goes, yeah. And I thought, all right, I'll give it a go. And then I did, and it became like cruising, addictive.
It is addictive. Yes. It's because of the people you meet. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And with you making that comment, let me say, if it wasn't for this medium, we would not have met the people we've met.
Oh, absolutely.
And some of them are our closest friends, even though we haven't been face to face with them.
I believe you entirely.
Yeah.
You do. And 100% we agree.
So YouTube became his COVID project in a way. Like, he would squirrel himself away for hours in the study, and I didn't know what he was up to. And all of a sudden, he's got this channel up and running.
That's great.
And also, which is funny because it's a travel channel in the midst of COVID, where we've been shut down for over 2 years and not been able to do anything. We couldn't go 5 kilometres outside our house.
Right.
Let alone get on a ship anywhere or a plane. So, but in the meantime, we've met this amazing community. So there we go.
Yeah, no, I love that story. And I think that COVID has made it so that we look for new ways to communicate and think of going places when we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, and just, yeah.
I've just got a comment to make to Terry there, saying that cruising to Australia is on their bucket list. Let me say, get it off your bucket list. Seriously, life is short.
That's good counsel, Terry. Life is so short. So short. You think you have for a very long time, but so often you don't. Yeah.
I'd like to mention here, Kenny is online.
Hey, Kenny. Good to have you with us.
And Kenny, why don't
Kenny's our recipient.
There's our beneficiary of our first beneficiary.
Yeah. So here, I just love because you just see the magic in action.
Yeah.
And Kenny is amazing. He is amazing. We follow his channel now. He covers everything. Tells you what potato chips are good, helps you know like car things, just everything. It's amazing.
I will say to you that I have never yet found anything that Kenny does not give a perfect 10 to.
No, I think you're right. You are absolutely right. And there's not very many people I can say that about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diane, thanks for telling Kenny that. You're going to love it, Kenny. Then you're going to try to figure out how you can go again
How to get back.
Correct.
Yeah. So Myra's got a question, I think, for all of us here. She said that she heard about a cruise ship that they closed the buffet on embarkation day because 400 people had not done the muster drill.
No, it was on a Carnival one, and the Island guy, what's his channel? Island something. I watch him sometimes just because I try to keep up on everybody, but he mostly he only does, I think, carnival sailings. Yeah, so Ellen says it was a carnival ship, and that really did happen. He was like filming from the ship, and he said, yeah, they said, we're not going to do it because all these people wouldn't do their muster drill, and that's a law. It's not optional.
Yeah, maritime, it's not.
I don't know what ship it was, but but that really did happen, Myra.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a question, Allison, I think for you, Karen.
Any advice for the 6-year-olds in the evening? My grandson will likely be with us most of the day, but pretty sure cocktails and late night music won't be his thing. You know what? I think it depends on what cruise line you're on, but most of them have babysitters, and they have a children's club that's open till like 10.
Yeah. And like if it's anything like on the Caribbean Princess, which we were on, there's that great children's area with the swimming and such up there that was just...
but they have that's not even part of the children's club.
No.
They have like a children's club that, and really, I think they keep them until 10 o'clock at night. I'm not kidding. And I do know that most of them will have babysitters, and they do, like the background checks. They're Princess employees. And so I am sure, I've heard that Royal Caribbean has that as well. I haven't heard that since the restart, but I did talk to somebody that had done that quite often before COVID. And so I think, Karen, you'll be able not to have to worry. And everything I ever hear from anyone that sends a child to the children's club is they love it so much that they keep wanting to go back. So it shouldn't be hard to have them go there while you're having your dinner and your evening. So is that what, have you two, Sean and Ilana, heard anything about that?
Well, our baby's 26 now, so...
Yeah.
They're little. One time we sat next to somebody at dinner, and the 2 children, bless them, were whining the whole time to please go back to the club, the children's club. So
we've heard that too.
Okay, so Jeffrey did some quick research here.
Oh,
thank you.
So the Australia 2 is in Perth.
Oh, that would make sense.
It does.
That
was the home of Alan Bond, who was the guy who funded Australia 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's appropriate that it would be there.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw the final race in Newport, Rhode Island. Newport, Rhode Island is another one of my favorite places.
Oh, yeah.
I love Newport, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Janet's got a question for you guys. You mentioned which ship it was, but she didn't catch it.
It's on the Carnival Horizon.
The Horizon.
Okay.
We've not been on Carnival before, so we've only been on Princess.
So this trip is going to be a bucket load of firsts. It'll be the first time we've been to the US. It'll be the first time we'll have been on a Carnival ship. It'll be the first time we're meeting everybody who's going on the cruise. It'll be the first time in 40 years I've seen some of my cousins, which is going to be interesting. So
wow.
It's going to be so
a bucket load of 40s, bucket load of firsts, I should say.
And a lot of people's first cruise too.
Yep. Well, yes, a few people on the group cruise.
The
Juma, it's going to be her first group cruise or first cruise. It's going to be Eric B's first cruise. There's going to be Kenny. Yep. So many firsts happening. So
that's
exciting.
Great.
It's going to just be wonderful. Yeah, and I hope you thoroughly enjoy it. I hope you have a really...
There's something wrong with us if we didn't.
Absolutely.
That's what I think. When people say I don't like that, it's like, just be happy to be there.
Yeah.
We have waited so long for this.
Yeah.
So 580 days was our countdown at one stage, and now
we're something like about 1,400 and
some ridiculous.
I mean, I could get specific if you really want me to.
We're about under 200 now, so.
Yeah.
We're 207 days away from the cruise.
Are you really 207 days?
We're counting, don't worry. We're counting.
But yeah, I won't give you the hours, minutes, and seconds.
No, that's wonderful. And it's nice. I love I like to go on a cruise, but I also love having something to look forward to. Then when I'm tired or cranky or stressed, we can talk about, well, what excursions do you want? Or like, what do you want to drink when we get on there?
Yeah.
Or what do you want to, Yeah, that's what we do.
So Aurora Butterfly 22 is telling us that the Carnival Vista is the one that they didn't have, that they shut down the buffet.
Oh, okay. Thank you very
Island
much.
Time was on it. They did a video about it.
Oh, she saw it too. Thank you. Island Time. Okay. And so you know what? If you I don't know if you've seen the Island Time channel, anybody, but he talks about Carnival like crazy. So that's if you need another resource or anybody does. He does a really, and I don't even know him. He doesn't even know me, but he does a nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Barbara P missed the fact that yes, the Radiance is going to New Orleans.
It's going to New Orleans and to Galveston during
Right.
the time frame it would have been sailing out of Sydney.
Right.
I think was it October through April, I think, or September?
Yes, September through April.
September.
Right.
Thank you.
That was in Allison's video today.
Do you know what I find annoying though is that they advertise the cruises, and I wonder when they knew that they were going to redeploy.
You know, when you said you booked Saturday morning, I thought, why did they let them book Saturday morning?
What I find really, really annoying.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Because now you got to get your money back. Yeah,
Yeah.
and everything.
Mm.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Want to say hi real quick to Robert?
Oh, you're on the NCL this Sunday to the Mexican Riviera in Cabo luxury sale. Oh, you're going to have to tell us, Robert, if you like it. We love that excursion.
Yeah, hopefully it's still good.
Yeah. Oh, wait, how could it not be?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see, what else did I want to ask you? So I know you've done a couple of princess cruises. And setting aside that one was your honeymoon, what was your favorite? Did you have a favorite?
I did enjoy our South Pacific trip. I mean, there's a honeymoon goes without saying, but our South Pacific trip together when we went to Fiji, Numia and Vanuatu was pretty special because it took him to Fiji with me.
With you.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
I won't get emotional, but it was beautiful.
It was just wonderful. I'm glad.
And it was on the lovely Sun Princess, which we loved. I love the smaller size ships myself.
I really like the small size. The big are beautiful, but the smaller are so much cozier.
Yeah.
Just as beautiful.
Yeah, she was an old girl, but loved her.
But loved her. Yeah, that's good. So let's see. Some people have already asked some of my questions. So where do you plan on going? So clearly you booked this one on the Radiance of the Sea. We've got to rearrange. Do you have anything in mind after that other than the Carnival Horizon cruise, or what are you guys looking at?
Yes, well, we're looking at December 24, 25, going into January 25. We're hoping to get another group cruise happening from here. So if there's anyone out there who is thinking of a bucket cruise in Australia, well, we're going to wait. The itineraries aren't out for that time of the year at the moment. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at setting up a group cruise out of Sydney, hopefully. We're trying to aim for being in Sydney on New Year's Eve, either before the cruise, which means a Christmas cruise, or just into early January after New Year's Eve, because New Year's Eve in Sydney on the harbour is
spectacular.
Spectacular, and we would love people from overseas to come and actually see it.
Wow.
We have heard a little birdie told us yesterday, though, that Sydney may not be doing the fireworks.
Yeah,
possibly.
I don't hold any weight to that.
Well, due to the amount of money spent on them, the government could well be thinking that
they've been saying
money
that
might
for
be better
years.
spent. Well,
No, they've been saying that for years. No, forget it.
It is expensive.
Yeah.
There will be fireworks, don't you worry.
so we'd love to do it.
Even if Sean has to take them and do them.
No, I just tell them I'm a 10th Dan black belt in run food. They do as I say.
We're with ya. No, we would love to try to do that. I don't know though. I don't think we can do Christmas because we have little grandkids now, but after Christmas maybe. But I hope everybody heard that. If anybody wants to go, they're the ones to go with because they know everything about it, and they are very fun. So they would be very fun to go on a cruise with.
Oh, thank you.
I'm confident of that.
So we would like. It depends on what people would prefer, whether we go up north or New Zealand or South Pacific Islands. So
Wow.
And what the itinerary and the dates, how they all match up.
Kind of makes a difference.
Yeah.
Well, I would think if people haven't been there, they would be happy with either one because there's so much to see. Both.
Oh, there is.
Absolutely.
There is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be happy with either.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
In the summertime in December, January here. So beautiful, nice,
So it'd be
gorgeous weather.
warm.
So picture this. You guys are busy sitting around the Christmas tree. It's snowing
Shivering
outside,
away.
depending on where you are.
Uh-huh.
You're freezing your whatchamacallits off. Maybe there's a bit of a turkey on the table. Who knows?
Mhm.
But meanwhile, we're busy sitting in the sun, having a barbecue, drinking pina coladas, going for a swim,
Having our prawns.
having
on the
our
barbie.
prawns, shrimp on the barbie.
Shrimp on the barbie. Yeah.
Christmas, traditional Christmas
That's
lunch here.
Christmas here.
Is it what you do for Christmas there?
Usually seafood, yeah.
Wow, that sounds lovely.
Yeah. Well, that leads into Barbara's question.
Oh,
Yep.
When
When's
is
the
that?
best time to cruise?
Well, New Zealand's a lot colder than Australia, so we're warm weather people. And even in January when we went, it was cool, particularly the South Island. So we would say right through till April is still very warm.
okay.
Yep.
So really, yeah, even October through to April, really our cruising season is
October
what
through
we
April.
would find
Yeah.
beautiful weather. Yeah.
Okay, that's really good to know. October through April.
Yeah.
Because that's when here it's not quite as good to go. Oh, here's another
Gary's
question.
got a question.
Yes,
It's a brand new one.
Brisbane has a brand new
Brand
one
new
that has
terminal.
never been used.
Oh, wow.
Never been used.
It was completed just before the COVID shutdown. It's never been used.
Yeah, it's desperately
Wow.
lonely.
That's got to be expensive. That's got to be expensive real estate to hold with no money coming in.
Correct.
Will be soon. It will be.
Yeah.
We won fireworks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lorraine.
No, we have watched your Gordon and I have watched your fireworks in Sydney Harbor on TV
Yeah.
a lot of times. It's
beautiful.
spectacular.
Yeah.
It
It's so
is.
beautiful.
And Melinda
And,
agrees. She was there for a month.
Yeah.
The bridge, when the bridge is decorated after the fireworks have been done,
Uh-huh.
those decorations stay on for a month.
Do they
So the whole
really?
month of January, you've got the decorations on the bridge.
And it's beautiful.
And
That's
Yeah.
that
good to
amazing
leave them.
cascade of fire off it.
Yeah. Sorry, what did you say, Allison?
Sorry,
Uh,
cut
oh,
you
I was
off.
glad that they leave them up for a month so
Yeah.
that you can
Yeah.
enjoy them. Yeah, just said that. So does it look like everything is sticking together that you really will get to open up on April 18th or?
Oh, we have an election coming up.
Oh, so they'll leave it.
It's, Mm,
It's
We
like
have an
here in the
election in
United
March.
States.
Yeah.
They took away the mask mandate right before the State of the Union.
I wonder
that's-
why.
yeah.
You wondered why. Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
New Zealand will
Yes.
not lag too far behind. So New
Zealand's
Zealand,
opened.
they'll be open pretty much close
if
within
not
a
already,
month or
actually.
so after us.
Okay.
Okay. So do you have any thoughts about why they did cancel, Princess did cancel some of those sailings down in New Zealand? And
Because New Zealand is one of those countries that when a sheep in the back corner of the left-hand side of the paddock, right down the bottom over there, sneezes, they get a panic attack and close.
okay. That's good to know. That's kind of how China is. Yeah. In Hong Kong, like with the Spectrum of the Seas, did you see what they did with that?
Yes.
Yeah, same thing. So, okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. I didn't. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we got badly burned by the Ruby Princess debacle, and I think it's like it all was a little bit difficult. Not the government or didn't know how to deal with it, and I think is still trying to work out
Just backtrack a bit.
yeah, sort of protocols and things, and I think that really put the
We,
kibosh.
we really do feel sorry for the Ruby because we know it's an awesome ship, but I think it'll take a while before it actually hits Australia
Oh,
because people do have long memories, but they do have short memories too.
uh-huh.
So when it comes
And
to
diamond, actually.
when it comes to
Japan.
cruising, diamond not so bad here, but more the Ruby because the Ruby's the reason why Australia closed down.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's what people associate it with.
Yeah.
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 By the way,
Yeah, of course.
folks, that was sarcasm on my part.
Right.
No, but I get what you're saying. I was surprised that diamond, which they keep trying to restart in Japan, and they're having a hard time because they have to keep canceling. But when she gets done in San Diego again in February, she's going back to Japan. So I guess they figure it's been long enough. You know,
2 years is not long enough in a few people's minds, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? No matter what the cruise lines have done, I mean, Princess did the most amazing things with all the passengers that were affected at the start and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, yes.
But when it comes to those sort of things, people have short memories. They only want to remember the negative stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
But it was all unknown. It was such an unknown, and who would have? It was such a precedent.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought? Who would have even realised what was going to happen and how it was going to steamroll and whatever? So it was just all total unknown territory.
Yes,
Right.
I agree with
Yes.
you. Very unknown. So they
Yes.
did their best considering that nobody knew what was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, and I think, like we've mentioned, we've met people, some of our Let's Go family members who were on the Diamond Princess when that happened,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
they
my
have
friend's father was on
nothing
it.
but good to say about Princess and how
Oh,
they were
yes.
treated.
And they're so loyal to Princess
Oh,
now.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anybody goes on Princess, no wonder they'd be loyal. I mean, it's a great cruise line, and
It is
you
great.
get treated extremely well.
They
So
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jeffrey says, can you guys see when I got on the plane to leave Australia, my first thought was, can I get back here?
Yeah. Well, don't go.
Don't
Don't
leave.
Don't leave.
Yeah. That would be
we
good.
won't tell anybody that you're not a boat person. Sorry, no, that's
You're a
got
plane
funny
person.
connotations.
No.
But just come on down, spend time, enjoy our place.
I
Yeah.
did see someone had ideas for Australia. I don't know whether they're in Aussie in the chat. I can't remember who.
Do you see it here,
I
sweetheart?
can take note. It was further up, quite far up. Talking about seeing the penguins in Phillip Island and
Oh.
Didn't see anything about
Keep
that.
going up
I
somewhere.
think someone, Linda, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Oh, California Linda's reminding everybody to bring your gloves, hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, and binoculars.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so there were some good ideas.
you do need to cover up here. The sun is quite harsh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite strong.
Now, somebody did have a question about getting on a Hawaiian cruise. Should they book a suite or a balcony with a husband using a walker and a scooter? And somebody else answered, try to get balcony accessible. And
Cabins are bigger.
Yes, and we've seen that. Where if you get an accessible
They are
one
bigger.
set up for handicap, that's helpful.
Oh, so you
So-
can move around easier.
Yeah.
Where did that other question go? She saw about the penguins and everything.
I don't
Let's
remember
see.
it.
Well-
Someone who's obviously done a lot of travel, either lives in Australia or certainly done a bit of travelling there.
Yeah.
Did interesting things.
Do you know anyone going on the Discovery inaugural cruise? You know what? There's several Let's Go family members, so I am really anxious to see what they post on our Facebook page and what emails they send. As far as people that do, I'm sure that there will be people that do YouTube that will be on there. We have kiddos at our house, so we're not going anywhere, which is a pleasure. We'd rather have them there. We'd rather have them here than go somewhere.
Yeah.
Question: what do you think of the name Discovery Princess as opposed to all the other names that the ships have been named?
You know, I think
Different, isn't it?
it is very different. And you know what?
Yeah.
I think the Discovery Princess sounds like more like an expedition ship, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to ever think of taking her to Antarctica, or if I was hoping that having her, they would chart some itineraries that they generally don't have, like going to Egypt or going to, do you know what I mean? Just more exciting places that you never see Princess go. But so far, I haven't seen those pop up. But that's what I thought when I heard it. What did you guys think?
No, the same. I was
The
sort of,
same?
oh, that was a bit. Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
very different.
It is very different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Oh, Gordon found it. Okay, here we go. Book a circumnavigation Australia cruise, climb Sydney Harbour Bridge, Phillip Island, and the Little Penguins. Repatriated 2020. Plan to rebook soon. So yes, Linda was on the Ruby. So when
Okay.
that happened. So
Now we actually have penguins here in Melbourne that we can see without going to Phillip Island. They're just, it's beautiful to see the little penguins. Sydney Harbour, yeah, Phillip Island. Yes, Phillip Island's a nice place. Actually, when you cruise, if you do a cruise out of Melbourne,
You'll go past Phillip Island.
there is a stop often, and you water shuttle. Now can't say tender anymore, can we? Water shuttle into Phillip Island.
to Phillip Island.
You said we can't say
No,
tender.
it's changed. It's not a tender anymore.
Yes.
Gotta try to remember.
I'll tender
That's
my water
politically
shuttle.
correct.
Yeah, I really like that.
That
Australia.
circumnavigation of Australia is about a 21-day cruise.
Oh, but up the
Oh.
west, Northern Territory into the Kimberleys around the top is beautiful.
It is
Is it
gorgeous.
just
Okay.
so beautiful?
Gorgeous.
Wow, we'll have
The
to
West Coast
really do
is
that.
spectacular too.
You have to come.
Oh, we'll come. We don't. I'm not exactly sure when, but we're gonna come.
2024.
2024. Well, maybe we could. You guys figure out when you're doing your cruise, and we'll figure out his vacation time. Okay.
Yeah.
Do it early
I don't know that
January.
we can do a whole month though. Gordon just cannot miss work for a month. Like, he can't. But we can come for a while.
It's all right. I'll give you permission. They'll let you go.
And he'll say you don't have a job.
Huh. I'll tell my boss that. But Sean said I could.
It works every
He
time.
holds a lot of weight, in your yeah.
Now, what's interesting is my direct coworker's name is Sean, so
He's not in charge of him.
that'll
but
really
yeah.
confuse my boss.
Let's see. Somebody
Was that-
says the last trip to Australia was for the Rotary International Convention. Debbie
Yep.
and I fell in love with Australia. So yeah,
Brisbane and Cairns, yeah, that's up north. Beautiful, yeah.
yeah.
Papua New Guinea, Wow.
Oh,
Bubba's
Bubba's
been-
there.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I never. 3 New Caledonia ports and Moreton Island.
Morton Island.
Oh, 3 New Caledonia. Oh,
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
so
go to
you go
Isle of
to
Pines.
Isle of Pines.
Gosh,
Oh, oh
spectacular.
my
I wonder
God.
if they're going to
Oh my God.
Noumea. You're going to Lifu and probably Isle of Pines.
Or Elder Pin.
Ilder
They are
Pin is the
beautiful.
water.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
Almost like
Gorgeous.
a clear, almost like an aqua color.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Magic.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
just so beautiful.
Now, Code 4 for Life has an interesting thought here that they're wondering if the princess names brings back the Pacific Princess.
Oh, the name with the new sphere
Right.
class.
That
Wow.
would be interesting.
That would be if they name it again.
Our bucket list cruise one day was to go on the Little Pacific Princess. When we came into Suva on the Sun Princess, we were
Uh-huh.
just pulling into the wharf, and lo and behold, there comes a little princess ship towards us, and it was the gorgeous Pacific Princess on its world cruise.
Really?
Wow.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Wow.
came and parked. Is that?
That's how I think of it.
Us. It was just it's so gorgeous. That little
But then
ship.
it had the audacity to leave before us.
Yes, but we've had
Oh,
people.
wow.
Yeah,
So you didn't
Wow.
see this?
it had come from Tonga, I think, or Samoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous little ship.
Jeffrey, all I know about the Spear class ships for Princess is that one is under construction in the Fincantieri shipyard and it's supposed to debut in 2023. But that's all I have seen about it and all I could find. So, and another one is supposed to come in 2025, but they haven't announced the names or anything yet. So if anybody else has heard something, tell me, but that's all I've heard.
Allison,
Yeah.
what's the Sphere class?
It's like bigger than the Oasis class.
It's the
Or even
next,
bigger?
It's
yeah,
the
the
next
next
one up.
generation.
Princesses building ships of that size.
Yeah, they're not. So the one that's
Wow.
coming, the Discovery Princess, is the last one of this size, and then the next class is bigger. It's a sphere.
Yeah.
Again.
And aren't they natural gas?
Uh-huh.
I think
Liquid
so.
natural gas.
Now that you say that, I believe
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
But I haven't
Okay.
seen any deck plans or anything.
all right, Debbie.
Debbie, I'm looking out the window at Cabo. Had pizza at Alfredo's. Oh, we all wish we were there too, Debbie.
Rub
You
it in,
enjoyed it
rub
for
in.
us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, Debbie, let me say that's totally ridiculous of you, because we've been watching you guys cruise for the last almost year, and we've been locked down for the last 2. So we're totally disgusted with that.
No, I don't blame you for being totally disgusted with it.
Those Alfredo's pizzas.
Oh my God.
Yummy.
They are so good. Granny could fly home, and thanks, Linda. Allison could stay for another 4 or 5 weeks.
Hey.
Good. I'm always telling him lately I need to get on more cruises and just, I guess, go without him.
Yeah.
But I haven't yet, so.
Just
Yeah.
come on down, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Thank you. No, we are really so excited that your cruising is starting again. I don't know why. I mean, I know you two. I think you two are the only people I know in Australia. But I am so happy for you because
Thank
it's been such a long haul.
It has
It
been.
has been.
It has been.
A very
Yeah.
long haul.
But it makes it all the more sweeter than when things do happen, and we do get to meet in person. It'll
Mhm.
be like icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see your video. Are you going to video when you're getting on the Carnival Horizon and everything?
Is
Oh,
the
I'm
moment-
so excited to see that.
Getting on the carnival. Hang on a minute.
Well,
Getting on the
sometimes we get
plane.
on the
Hang on a minute. Getting off the ground. Getting.
I'm walking out the door.
We're on the way to the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going to get a 24-hour live here, blow
Oh.
by blow.
we are so excited for you.
The amount of battery I will need. I mean, I've got a bag that. Well, I'm only allowed a Ziploc bag so,
That's true.
for my
It's
clothing.
a
So
plastic Ziploc.
I've got a suitcase behind with all batteries, so we'll be right.
You are so dear.
Yeah.
I just see, I'll be right back. They tease me about saying I'll be right back. Jeffrey does, because sometimes in my when we do a vlog on a day, I'll say I'll be right back, but I'm going to go somewhere, and Gordon never edits it out. So and at the end of a sentence, thanks. What did I want to tell you?
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I wanted to tell you. You know, when we went on our very first cruise last August after the shutdown, I probably have shared this with you before, but to me, it really just meant so much because I think it somehow meant that life was going to be okay again. That like what we love to do was going to happen again. We were going to go places. We were going to see people again. And somehow just getting on a cruise ship like summed up a lot for at least for me, because you just I'm a naturally hopeful person, but I just sometimes COVID was hard.
Oh,
Yeah, it was, and it did a lot of things to people in the community. I mean, here in Australia, I don't know about you guys in the US, but here in Australia, it created the biggest pandemic of all, which is mental health.
Oh,
Yes.
we're having that
Oh,
here
yes.
too. We
Mhm.
are.
And part of I don't know if you can see in the background, but we teach first aid, and so part of our courses we have to, and it's not. I mean, it is a regulated requirement that we talk about mental health, but
Mhm.
we have to talk about it regardless, because people come in here with a certain expectation, and if we don't cover the mental health issues
Mhm.
or aspect, then we just find that people just tend not to travel very well. So as a result, it's become the bigger pandemic than
COVID
I would say
itself.
COVID itself.
Yeah.
And we just need to get out and amongst people so that
We
we
do.
don't
Yes.
have the continuation.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
So people
I don't
can
know
get
if you
better.
guys agree.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we agree
Yeah.
with you entirely.
Yeah. We have so many empty shops and places for lease. It's just very sad.
It is very so. We lost a lot of little places here, like
Yeah.
close to where we live. We did.
Yeah.
There are a lot, and there's still a lot of places that are not open, like your full business hours, because they can't
Yeah.
even get enough people to work the
Yeah.
whole day or whatever. Mhm.
Here's the funny thing, though. Jobs are racing up through the roof. Nobody wants to work unless they can work from home. I mean, seriously?
I
Now we've created another fear on the other side,
Yeah.
It's true. You're right.
Diane makes a comment there. Excuse me, I've got
Let's see where's
itchy
Diane.
eye. Diane Connor, she says, hi everyone and welcome. Sean and Ilana, love your t-shirts.
I do too.
Yeah.
Well,
There are new ones.
There
by
are
the way.
new ones, yeah.
Just
So-
opened them up and taken them out of the wrapper, especially for you today.
Thank you.
Wow.
I really like them.
With nice and whites.
We got dressed up for you guys.
Thanks. Well, I noticed.
So here's a
They're
comment.
sun marked in Australia.
So
Oh no, we don't want to
So- tell us a little bit about why you might not sound like Aussies, according to Mark.
Oh,
No,
no,
well,
he won't.
I
He
won't. I'm ex-South African.
I was gonna say he's from South
Right.
Africa and she's from Fiji.
But I've had the operation. Yeah, there were new-
I like how she looked at him like.
That's the scars.
Okay, well, it's been nice having you two here tonight.
You're gonna have to go back and watch the look on Ilana's face. Oh, don't
Oh, thank you.
don't you tease.
Our vowel sounds with the Kiwi are very different to Kiwis. If we go to New Zealand and okay, I'll be careful now. There's a word I won't say. If you ask fish and chips is what we say, and in New Zealand they say fish and chops.
Oh, there you go. The
Interesting.
difference.
So it's a very distinct difference. If you put a Kiwi in, you would hear definitely a difference.
The Kiwis will, if you take the letter E is clipped.
That's more almost
okay.
So it almost sounds like an I. So you can get yourself into a load of trouble.
Don't ask the
Really
Kiwi
quick.
Yeah.
what deck. Don't ask them what deck they're on.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. That's cute.
Yeah.
Oh dear, I did see someone mention Married at First Sight Australia. Oh dear.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Wait, I didn't.
I skipped it
Oh
over.
dear. It's I'm not
Oh.
going to say anything about it, but
Okay.
it's full on.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Well,
What do you
Karen,
have
Karen is struggling with the medallion app, and yes,
It refuses to accept my email. Me too.
yeah. Sorry,
too.
we have no solution for
You know what, Karen? Try your booking number. If it doesn't work, call Princess. Option 2. I think it's option 2, and see if they can help you. But mine's not working, and they said that it was because of their server problems.
And that's been a month.
And I've called them twice.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, thanks, Jeffrey. If anybody else has any other help, tell us. But mine is really not working.
Yeah.
Have they still not got that up and running properly?
No, my app for you know what, it worked just fine until like when sometime in January,
Yeah.
and then it quit. And so now when I log in with a booking number, it can't find me. And the guy at Princess said, don't upload another picture, don't re-enter your stuff, or else when they finally fix it, it's going to have an error because
it has
there'll be
duplicates,
two,
yeah.
because then there'll be duplicate. So I don't know what to do. I think
Yeah.
I'm just going to go get on the ship and let them work it out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to do.
So Heidi is 60 days till the Met
They are
cruise.
going to be on our cruise for
Yes.
part of it. They
We're
are.
looking
Heidi,
forward
it's
to
good to
that.
have you with us, Heidi. Yeah, it'll be really nice to meet you and your husband.
We had a cruise booked on the Regal. We're devastated, and that was cancelled.
It was canceled.
Can you do me a favor? Myra Weinstein there.
Myra, can you find Myra?
Another.
Oh, from South Africa?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm just wondering whether Myra is related to Ivor Weinstein. Ivor is now living in Canada.
Do you hear that, Myra?
Wow.
We'll
Okay.
watch the comments, Myra, for you to reply, dear.
Okay, we'll come back and we need to say goodnight to Jeffrey.
Oh, Jeffrey, thank you
Yeah,
so much
Jeffrey.
for joining
Good
us.
night, Jeffrey.
Sleep tight and sweet dreams.
Carrie, hi from California.
Thanks, Carrie.
Thank you. So
Let's see. We'll wait for Myra to reply.
Right.
Oh, here's a question.
do we have to get a test to come home from the U.S., home to the U.S., a sailing round trip out of Vancouver, sailing in June?
As of right now, you do. Hopefully, they'll get rid of it. But for right now, you do it within 1 day, and it can be an antigen test.
So Myra says that's her married name. So
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Never know.
Okay.
Never know. There might be some relationship somewhere.
I know. It's really
Yeah.
fun.
yeah.
I see
Wouldn't it be
Princess
funny?
Stephanie. But
Wouldn't it be funny if I knew some people on your channel? Wouldn't that
wouldn't
be
that
fun?
be fun? That would be a lot of fun. Yeah, Code 4 for Life, their app is working great. Maybe you can figure out what's wrong with mine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably just jinxed it. I
I
don't
know
know.
what it is. We got chatting around about January, didn't we? That's when you started having the problems with your Princess app.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Probably not. I won't blame you. So let's see. Okay, we should go soon because it's on the hour, love.
Is it?
No, thank you all for
Oh, wow.
coming. Yeah.
Just
Do we need
one
to check?
Thank you for having us.
Just
Oh,
Wow.
thank you very much for joining us.
No,
Yeah, we've
Wow.
really
We've had a blast.
we've had a lovely time having you with us. You both are wonderful. So if anybody thinks of any more questions, and before we go, I want everybody to make sure that you go over and subscribe to Downunder Cruisers and watch their videos. I really have thoroughly enjoyed watching their things.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So everybody do that, and I'm going to remind everybody again tomorrow.
thank you. And I can't wait to get actual cruising content back up when we start again.
It'll be really nice to get things moving again, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
So,
Myra, you're from my hometown as well.
oh,
That's great.
there may be a connection.
Johannesburg. I've heard it's just beautiful there. Yeah. Good night, Chuck. It's good to have you with us. Thank you. Thanks, Trish. Oh, did you guys see Trish says Fisher Mo? Her name is Trish. She said, "Thanks for bringing Downunder Cruisers."
Yeah.
So thank you. It looks like
Thank you.
It's done under
Yeah.
pleasure.
Now we have this many more friends.
Yep. Been a wonderful
Yeah.
night.
Najuma, did I say Nayuma?
That's Najuma.
Najuma
She's always
is the most awesomest lady. She's going to join us on the group
She's a
cruise.
great
Is she
support.
coming? Oh,
She's coming.
She is, her first
that's
time.
awesome. That's awesome. Thanks, Myra. You're awesome. Hal, it's good to have you with us, Hal. We have a back-to-back cruise that leaves Fort Lauderdale, does the west, then back to Fort Lauderdale, then off to the east. Same ship, same room. Our medallions are good the entire trip. Well, that's nice. They're working.
Wow.
We'll have to get off the ship in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Oh, will we? No. They'll test you on the ship.
Yeah.
So you don't have to get off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Terry Clark, good night.
Yeah. So it seems, Myra.
Yeah. And Bob says the medallion wouldn't let him select an arrival group, so he called Princess and they said, come when you're ready. I think that's a good approach. Go early.
Yeah.
Totsian. See you,
Yeah,
Myra.
that means till I see you again. Goodbye.
Oh, wow.
I love that. Till we see you again, Myra. Till we see everyone. You all take really good care. We'll be talking to you again soon. God bless all of you. Bye-bye.
Bye.